I'm really excited about today because we're making something that I wasn't planning on making. Hey there, I'm Paula. This is How to Make Dinner. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm here every Wednesday cooking an easy dinner, and I hope you'll subscribe. So today we're making faux poke. I wanted to make poke bowls, either salmon or tuna, and there was like no good fish around. Like none of my stores, they didn't get their shipment this morning or whatever, and like none of the fish was begging for me to eat it raw, basically. And then I was thinking, well, instead of driving all over to town, I might just realize that this is probably the position that a lot of you are in. And not all of us can find like the freshest, best quality sushi grade fish to make poke with. And poke is like sweeping the nation like crazy. Everybody loves it. So I thought I'd make a poke inspired bowl that is made with cooked shrimp rather than raw salmon or tuna. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my shrimp, I've got about a pound here, and I'm going to very gently poach it. So the way to do that is to take boiling water that's well seasoned with salt, fresh off the boil, I just took it off the stove, and dump in the prawns. So we're doing it off the heat. Ooh, one more. So it's off the heat, and we're just gonna let them sit in that just boiled water for about 5 minutes, and they're just gonna gently poach. So while that's happening, we're going to prepare the rest of the poke stuff. So I've got a bowl. I'm going to grate a little bit of ginger. This is about an inch of ginger, and I love ginger. So poke is like a Hawaiian thing, I guess, but it's just everybody's losing their mind over it. We've got like poke bars here in town. There's just so much, and I totally understand why. It's so filling and refreshing, and like it feels like you're doing something really good. Like it feels really healthy, and it is. It's just raw fish and a bunch of veggies, light kind of dressings, some rice usually. So yeah, it makes sense that everyone's loving it. But like I said, it's sometimes not that easy to find really high quality fish that you want to eat raw. So, but it is always easy to find frozen prawns or shrimp that you can poach gently and do the same kind of treatment to. So I've got the ginger in. I'm going to put in the juice of a whole lime. Yeah, the whole lime. Whole lime's going in. I'm going to use my Mexican elbow to juice it in. So the thing about raw fish is you really have to trust who you're buying your fish from. And basically you just want to make sure it's really good quality. You don't want to eat like freshwater fish raw. It's usually a saltwater fish thing. Anyway, this is just taking all the guesswork out of it, and you can serve it to people and not worry about the raw fish thing. So that was the juice of 1 lime. I'm going to go in with about 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, about a tablespoon of sesame oil toasted, and some avocado. This is very key. I already used half of this today. So just go into little cubes with this avo. Not too small. It's kind of nice to sink your teeth into it. And then the lime juice will help keep that nice and green while we wait for the shrimp. So the prawns are nice and pink and cooked. So I'm just going to scoop them out of this water and drop them into some ice cold water to help them cool down faster. Because they're all done cooking, we don't want to overcook them. Just pay no mind to the pile of dirty dishes I have back there. Just, just life. So this ice water bath is kind of shocking these prawns, so they cool down really quickly and stop cooking. And then I'm going to immediately fish them out. Get it? The main thing we're missing out on with this not being real poke is like the kind of really tender, soft, raw fish texture, which is why I wanted to poach these really gently so that they're not tough. Okay, so big meaty chunks. I didn't cut them too small. Each one is kind of cut into like 2 or 3 chunks. And then I'll just toss that all in to the avocados and the sesame oily, limey, soy saucy mixture. We need cilantro. Okay, and the last few things going into this mixture are some cilantro. If I had green onions, I'd add green onions, but I have red onions, so I'm going to add some of that. Pretty much optional. I mean, you could just have the fish or the shrimp in the dressing, and that would be fine, but it's kind of nice to have some color and different textures mixed in. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna give it a taste. Yeah, so good. Okay, the last thing is to whip up some toppings. So in the spirit of more red onion, I'm gonna thinly shave some of that. I love red onion. And in the spirit of radishes, I'm gonna shave some of these. I don't know what we did without a mandolin for radishes before. Like, I don't know a better way to get perfectly thin slices of radish. And I've got a cuke, so might as well do that. Kind of like a half peel on the old garden cucumber, or a full peel. Cool. And then some mango. So I'm gonna cut like 1/2 off. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And there's a lot of different ways to peel a mango. I kind of like to fillet them almost. So it's like cutting the skin off like that, as if it's like a piece of fish. I also sometimes just push the skin off with my finger. Depends on my mood. Anyway, so I like this to be cubed up. Okay, so to make this faux poke bowl happen, I have some plain white rice that I cooked up earlier. It could just as easily be brown rice, or it could be short grain sticky white rice, or it could be quinoa, or it could be soba noodles. I just used the white rice that I had. And then some of this good stuff. Don't forget to get some of this juice. It's very important. This is probably enough to serve like maybe 4 people. I could eat the whole thing easily by myself though. And then now it's just about arranging it into like a nice little design. Nothing too fancy, or as fancy as you want. And some mango here. There, look at that. I'm gonna drizzle some sambal on top of mine. I got a new spoon. You know how many spoons we go through in this place? Just a little. And I almost forgot. Toasted sesame seeds and either some peanuts or some cashews. Yeah, that's good. Something about salty, crunchy nuts on this like soft prawn and all the other sweet flavors. It's so good. So that's it. That's my faux K bowl. Feels like this one's gonna be real tricky to cobble together. You can put anything on these bowls. You can put like snap peas, green onions. It's boring, isn't it? Little cherry tomatoes. Should I have a shot? Snow peas, grated carrots, whatever. Mmm. So delicious. Just make these. I'm done talking. I lost the plot.